Woman who kills her boyfriend in a suitcase and forgot she recorded it. Hello, everyone. This is the True Crime Story channel, while we cover real crime stories. Before we can start, make sure you subscribe, like this video and turn on your notification. Let's begin. Today's case takes place in a water park in Florida and in late February of 2020, just before the pandemic really happened. And was in full swing. That's when the root of this case first took form. Sarah and Jorge, also named and goes by George, are both 42 years old and they have been dating since 2017, so about 3 years before his death. Sarah has a young son with her ex-husband. And George had 3 kids with his ex-wife. He worked at Ace Hardware while trying to get his life back on the right track, by this he attending mandatory parole hearings and counseling. All of which his girlfriend Sarah Boone was very supportive of, and in 2020, after 3 years of dating, the couple was striving to make their relationship better despite coming from a pretty tumultuous past. In 2018, a physical fight happened, resulting in a police report being drawn up against the couple. Neither Sarah nor her boyfriend had filed charges at the time, but it did result in this report being filed. Authorities were unable to determine the aggressor, so both Sarah and George were arrested. Then in June of 2019, another fight between the couple resulted in Sarah getting completely beaten up badly by George for talking to another man. He reportedly got so jealous and overprotective. He literally physically assaulted and attacked Sarah. A no-contact order was issued against George, then violated the order, and Sarah stated that she did not encourage or resist the violation. And that it was just very even badly. Police later found George at the couple's apartment fighting again and again. He was arrested, and this was just one of 3 incidents of intimate partner violence. Police were often called, which were reported over 3 incidents total of 2019. Now that is a lot for any relationship to go through. Right now, guys, because any physical altercations are bad news bears in any relationship, but there were 3 in just 2019 alone, showing which is terrible in my opinion. But the pattern won't stop there, and something was beginning to escalate here on. The evening of Sunday, February 23, 2020, the couple was reportedly having a good day together. They were drinking Chardonnay, they were doing puzzles, they were painting, and they were playing hiding and seeking. Now this is something in this case that needs to just be remembered, and keep in mind that they were playing hide and seek. And yes, they are 42 years old. 42 years old and playing hiding and seek. During the game of hide and seek, Sarah said that they thought that it would be funny for George to hide in a suitcase. Sarah, the seeker in the game, helped George hide inside the suitcase and know where he was hiding. Though when the entire point of hide and seek is to find those that are hiding, so why would she help him into a hiding spot? Something doesn't really seem right, plus they were 42 years old. But anyway, Sarah did say that she actually had to use a paper clip to close the suitcase because the zipper was broken. Then around 11 p.m. that evening, Sarah went upstairs and waited for George to join her. Apparently while waiting for him she fell asleep, which is weird. So she woke up the next morning on Monday, February 24th around 11 a.m. She woke up because she heard her phone was going off, and then she remembered magically that George was in the suitcase downstairs. And I don't know how you wake up and don't see your boyfriend beside you in bed and just happen to remember, oh my gosh, I locked them with a paper clip inside a suitcase downstairs while we were playing a game called hide and seek. This whole thing is just so weird to me. So when she remembers that he is in the suitcase downstairs, she goes downstairs and opens it up, and when she opens it up, his body is stiff and purple, in her own words. After seeing this, she called her ex-husband, who was 10 minutes away from their apartment. And why she didn't call the police right away, and why she called her ex-husband, it is really weird to me. So he was about 10 minutes away from their apartment, and when he got there, he saw George's body, and then he told Sarah to call 911. So Sarah called 911. When she calls the operator answers and she asks for the police or medical attention. Sarah told the 911 operator that her boyfriend is dead. She remained calm throughout the call, saying that she pulled him out of the suitcase and also saying, I put him in a suitcase and we were kind of playing a game called hide and seek. She also then tells the operator that she tried CPR 7 times during that call. Sarah also said that he is purple right now, and during that call, she actually goes from calm to annoyed. She also said that my boyfriend is dead and she sat alone and waited for the fire department and they told her not to hang up. The fire department takes over the call and for the next few minutes officials are obtaining critical details about what happened. They ask her to tell them exactly what had happened. She replied back saying that they were playing a game last night and she fell asleep and she woke up and he was dead in the suitcase, so she didn't know what happened. She also said that I pulled him out of the suitcase, I tried to give him CPR, and they told her to just keep on pumping, that's all you need to do for them. Keep on pumping his chest for a minute, I don't need you to stop and talk or anything. I just want you to count out loud for me. They're getting there as fast as they can. She replies back saying he's dead and he's purple. When the police arrived on the scene, they saw George beside the suitcase near the front door of the apartment and he obviously was deceased at this point.
Can't go back inside. What's going on? Who is he to you? Boyfriend?
Yes, for like 3.5 years.
What happened?
He and I, we drank last night. We had a
Can you pass this to the around to the FD guys? Stop. They need to sign that for sure.
They're with me, so they're not.
Oh, they're not leaving?
I
Okay.
think I woke her up.
No. Each of them has to, because this might be a real scene. So each of them has to put their name in.
Normally I just put everybody.
Yeah, you call Rich working?
What's going on?
So
I just got here, so fill me in.
No problem. Like,
Yeah,
he and I were putting a puzzle together. We've been doing some artwork together.
You are putting a puzzle together?
Yes, we have a puzzle that we started in there.
Okay.
We've been doing art, trying to take the stuff off the wall to make new art put up there, like having a good time with one another. But we're drinking. We had a bottle of wine last night.
Okay. Fine.
So then it's like, we decided to play hide and seek, right?
Okay.
So he gets in the suitcase, okay?
Who is this guy?
That's my ex-husband, my former husband.
How did he live here with you guys?
No, I called him over here.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
So then he came over here.
Here, let's talk in private, okay?
I called you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I tried giving him CPR. The problem is I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
When did you do CPR?
This morning, when I found him.
Before you called?
Yes!
It's 1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30ish, whatever. So I came downstairs, and I was like, oh, he's in the suitcase still. And that's when I found him, and I took him out, and I tried doing CPR, and then I called him, and then I called you guys.
Did he get here before the fire department got here?
Who?
Your husband or your
Yes.
ex-husband?
Yes.
Okay. Where does he live at?
Right down the street.
Okay. So you were playing and who dipped him up in?
I did, but then I fell asleep.
Okay. You're okay. I wasn't here. I'm just trying to figure out what
I
happened.
fell asleep, so I don't know if he suffocated or like had an aneurysm or a heart attack or what.
What kind of medical conditions did he have?
None that I know of.
Nothing that you know of.
None
You
that
didn't
I
take
know
any
of.
medicine
No.
last night?
No.
No medicine.
All we had was a bottle of wine. Literally, just a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Doing puzzle artwork. Then we decided to play hide and seek.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that happened.
Okay.
So I don't know if he had a heart attack or what in there. Like, I don't know what happened.
So how long were you doing CPR on him prior to you calling 911? You tried that all morning?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I called him while I was
What
doing
time
CPR.
did you start? Probably give me a rough ballpark. Here, let me fill this deputy in, okay?
Please, may I have my Dr. Pepper? I am
Hold
so
on,
cut
one
mouth right
second.
now.
Ma'am, and you can't talk to him until we get done
Okay,
with
fine.
this, okay?
Just don't leave, okay, Brian?
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, I'm
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm getting Lucas.
I know.
Do me a favor. Stand over there by that car.
The following day on Tuesday, February 25th, police got a search warrant for Sarah's phone and what they found on her phone completely contradicted what she had been telling police this entire time in her first interview with detectives. She said that she and George were drinking a glass of Woodbridge Chardonnay while putting together a puzzle and painting, and basically she told a happy innocent story, then said that when they were done they decided to play hide and seek. She said she first hid upstairs in her shower but that he never came and never found her, so she went back downstairs, she said. Then thought it would be funny if he got inside the suitcase, which apparently he did willingly, she told the detectives. She also said that they had been drinking but that she wasn't drunk but George was. After police dumped her phone though, 2 videos were discovered and it painted all of this in a very different light. Because 2 short videos that were recorded that night that George died were now in the detectives' hands and were being viewed.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Stupid.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Sarah. I can't fucking breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah. 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 Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah.
Real or ransom. Might want to get video for it extra. Because I got this.
Sarah.
Real or ransom.
Sarah. Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
Oh. That's what I feel like when you ching on me.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Fucking breathe, Sarah.
Yeah.
One video shows in the suitcase, George is saying Sarah from inside of it. You can hear him calling her name from inside of it and Sarah who is recording. In this video you can hear George pleading with her to be let out of this suitcase. He says, Sarah, I can't effing breathe, babe, seriously let me out, and Sarah, who sounds in my opinion absolutely drunk, responds to him saying, yeah, that's what you do when you choke me out. She also says, this is on you, that's what it feels like when you cheat on me. This is now looking much more like retaliation and punishment of sorts rather than an innocent game of hide and seek. Sarah can be heard laughing while George is literally begging her to be set free, and she says to him, you should probably shut the F up now. The medical examiner ruled the cause of death as positional asphyxiation. The ME also ruled the manner of death as homicide. So how long was George suffocating in that suitcase? Well, according to the ME, he had to have been in there for up to 11 hours. Now, among many of his injuries, George had black eye bruises and cuts on his head. He also had abrasions on the back of his hands. And bruises and cuts indicate a blunt impact, so in the second video that detectives now had from Sarah's phone, he can be heard yelling her name again and again. And the suitcase now is in a completely different position. The suitcase is now facing upward, indicating that Sarah is the only other person who was in their apartment that night. She has actually been flipping this suitcase with her boyfriend inside of it, so that is how he sustained these injuries. He's literally in the suitcase begging for help. He is begging to be let out, saying, and he can't not breathe. And she's flipping it up on the side, and he's hitting his head, and he's in this weird position, which it's horrible. Meanwhile, she's just laughing at him the whole time, and again. It felt like she was punishing him. I don't think that it ever was intended to be a fun, innocent game, not for a second. During her interrogation, Sarah says 100 times that she has no idea how he got those injuries.
No videos on Sunday. Not that I'm aware of. Okay. I mean, I guess I maybe took a picture of them, the two of Tess and the dogs, and George and them dancing, but I mean, it's just Tess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I have something that I want to show you that we found, and it was from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
If you need to move it around, go ahead.
No, I don't remember that.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me.
Your battery's about to die.
Shut it down.
Oh, okay.
Let me.
The battery doesn't last very long.
Yeah, It used to last a lot longer than that. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Let me just grab something.
All right. No, I was just simply asking because you had a look on your face when she asked you if you've ever done that before. You looked kind of shocked and...
No.
Okay, but why did you say it like that? Like...
I don't think you all understand who I am, where...
Okay. Well, tell me.
I mean, I've always been a straight-A student. I am an outstanding mother to my son.
Okay.
I excel at everything. I would not do that.
You wouldn't zip somebody in a suitcase?
Well, I didn't, like, completely lock it. I mean, I
Okay.
opened it with one finger. I left enough in there for him to get out.
Okay.
And I wasn't planning on going upstairs and going to sleep.
Okay. No, it was just the way you said it.
You guys
were
are scaring me.
Why?
Well, we just want you to watch this. This came from your phone. Don't you want to know what's on it?
Yes, please. Is it long? Because I don't know how much I can take.
No.
I don't know how much I can take.
I don't know how to find your...
Do I have to watch this? I continuously throw up. I don't sleep. I don't want to see it, if that's okay.
Well, it's on your phone, and you can either explain it or we take it for what it is.
Yeah. We're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what's going on. That's it.
It's that long?
2 minutes.
No.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me. Fuck you.
And this
Fuck
is,
you.
that's you, your voice.
Stupid. That's my name. Don't wear it up. Yeah, that's when you do it. You choke me.
I don't want to watch it, please. Okay.
Last time we talked to you, you had said that you put him in the suitcase, he had two fingers hanging out, and you
I
went to
flipped
bed.
him over. I flipped him over, and that's where it was.
And there's two different videos and a still picture where, yeah, it shows you flipping him in different positions, and him saying that he can't breathe, and you saying, fuck you.
So this is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
It was flipped up.
right, it was flipped up normal.
Yes.
Like as if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
So this image is upside down, and then this small video that occurred 11 minutes later, it's flipped over the other way, closer to your dining room table.
Okay.
Now he's obviously still in there. So he didn't, how did it go from the back to the front?
I flipped it.
Okay.
She told detectives that she was the one who made sure he went to see his probation officer and his court-ordered classes. That he was changed, telling detectives that he's changed but she loves him. And the detectives pointed out the obvious pattern in their relationship, that she would call the cops on George and then she would bail him out the very next day. And that they had this cycle of sorts going back and forth. The graphic details: one detective asked, "Have you ever in the past sipped George up in anything?" jokingly or not, and Sarah emphatically replied, "Absolutely not." Sarah also said that absolutely not. This morning we went to his auto tree and we were informed of some injuries that he had. He fell off my son's bike, so I don't know. And he's notorious for running into the wall. In all honesty, we have not gotten into it, okay? The only thing I thought you guys were going to ask me about, which I was going to be honest with you anyway, are the scratch marks on his back. Everything else I have no idea. I don't think you all understand, he comes at me all the time. Thankfully it was determined that Sarah's son was not home during this deadly game of hide and seek, and after being shown the videos, hearing George's pleas and her laughter, she finally admitted to flipping the suitcase. The detectives watched the videos. Sarah shouted she had some sort of remorse or regret. She then insisted her actions were not intentional, and she says her exact words were, "They were not intentional and they were not malicious." After her insistence that her statements were not hateful, the detective asks her, "What exactly does it mean to you if your actions weren't intentional or malicious? And you're telling him F off F you, what does that mean to you?" And she replies back saying, "I had no idea it was going to end like that." Her response was to put all of the blame and of the cruel and unusual punishment on the Chardonnay. "Blame it on the alcohol, guys, but like, come on girl, you can't be blaming this on the Chardonnay." She continues to say, "I will never drink alcohol again. I don't care what is in it or any type of way, shape or form, I'm never drinking it again." And this was after she had insisted that she didn't drink it all that night and wasn't drunk. So how are you now blaming it on the alcohol when before you were saying you didn't even drink that much? And you weren't drunk. Everything didn't make any sense to me. So Sarah Boone was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. Her trial was set to begin on May 16th of 2022, but it's been delayed now for unknown reasons, and new date has been scheduled. Her trial, which had been scheduled to begin January 30th, is now set to begin around April 10th, the judge said. "First of all, I want to know your opinion. Do you think this is an accident? Do y'all really think it was accident for him to get in this suitcase and have her zipper it up and lock him in it? And she truly went to bed and forgot about him? Or do you think it was an incident game and something went really wrong? Overall it was just a tragic accident, but regardless she was obviously trying to inflict some sort of abuse on him. Especially she admitted to flipping the suitcase over and over while he's in it. Also, I want to know what you think about this. What do you think Sarah's intentions were behind it? Let me know in the comments below. New date set for trial. It should be coming up in the next month, so I'm going to keep following this closely and I'll let you know more as we learn new things. So I'm gonna keep following it, and I'll keep you updated to make sure that you're subscribed if you're not already, so that you get notified of those updates as well. This is all I have for this case, and let me know what you think about this case. Let me know which other case I should do. I'll be back in a few days for another case. I hope you enjoyed the case coverage. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up on your way out. Stay safe.